Hello, friends. How are you? Welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, I am Crystal Lopez, and this lady over here is the amazing marketing genius and my sidekick, Kelli Miller.
Hey guys. Together, we are blogging mentors helping creators like you build platforms that connect with people, rank on Google, and are frankly impossible to resist.
Yeah, we are impossible to resist, and we create blogs that are impossible to resist. So
we help you create blogs that are impossible to resist.
And today we're talking about one of the most important keys to creating a successful blog. Are you ready for it? Have you seen these letters? It's all about the UX. What is UX? Do you know? And how does it impact your blog? Do you have any idea? We're going to talk about it.
So, UX stands for user experience. And trust me, if you haven't been focusing on it yet, it's probably the reason you were hit by the algorithm updates, right? Because you're leaving traffic, conversions, and loyal fans on the table. We don't want to keep getting hit by the Google changes, right? We don't want to keep leaving our loyal fans on the table. We want traffic and money, right?
That's right. So today we're going to break down what UX is and why it matters in blogging and SEO, which is search engine optimization, and how you can improve it to keep people coming back to your site for more and to make Google love you.
Right? And don't miss the aha moment that we've got coming up, because once you understand how UX impacts your blog on every level, you'll never look at your content layout the same way again. Right. So first things first, what is it exactly? Crystal, what exactly is user experience?
What is it? That's a great question. UX or user experience. It's all about how a person feels when they interact with your website. It's a feeling, which is interesting because for years we've said that bots are scanning your content and they have no feeling, right? So the end user, what is the feeling that they have? Okay. Is this site easy to use? Does it load quickly? Can you find what you're looking for? Are you leaving because you're frustrated and bouncing away? Are you engaged? What are is it like for you? What is your feeling?
Exactly. So think of your blog like a restaurant, right? If people walk in and they can't figure out where they're supposed to sit, are they supposed to wait for somebody to sit them? Yeah. Where's the menu? Is anybody bringing it to them? Do we go up to a register to check out? Is somebody going to bring us a ticket to check out? Right? They're annoyed. If they can't even figure out how to get to the table, first of all, then they're leaving hungry and annoyed, right?
Right.
So they're never going to come back. And then once they eat, if they can't figure out who they pay or how they pay, now they're annoyed by that and they're never coming back.
Right. That's a really good analogy. They don't want it to feel awkward. They don't want it to feel awkward when they walk into the restaurant and they're standing there and they're like, what do I do? Are people looking at me? I don't even know where to go. There's no time to tell me. And then it's awkward again when it's time to pay, or it's awkward when they seat you outside and then you've got to go inside and find the waitress because she hasn't been back out. And you're like, where do I pay? Do I come in here? Were you coming back? Like, that's not a good user experience. A great user experience means that your readers feel welcome. They can easily find the information that they came for. But most importantly, they have a good, positive, memorable experience that makes them want to come back. They want to be a repeat consumer of your content. Okay?
But here's the kicker. Crystal kind of touched on this a little bit earlier. UX doesn't just impact your physical readers, right? The human people that come there. It also plays a huge role in your search engine optimization. Why? Because Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, all of those people, Yahoo, MSN, they're all paying attention to how those humans interact with your site. So poor user experience or poor UX does hurt your rankings.
So
crazy, right?
It is crazy. How do you know if your user experience on your blog needs some work? One big sign, Look at your bounce rate. Well, now it's an engagement rate. So back in the day, it was bounce. If your bounce was high, that means that people were bouncing off, right? Now it's engagement rate.
Something like Plausible or
Yeah.
I feel like Jetpack, maybe they still show you bounce rate. But if you're using Google Analytics 4, which you should, is the industry standard, it uses engagement rate.
That's right. So if your engagement rate is low, then that is an indication that the end user is not having a good experience. Okay. And they're not going to keep coming back to your restaurant if the experience is bad and they have to chase you down and chase down the content and they don't know where to go from here and they don't know how to get the printable or whatever. So proceed.
Right. If a visitor lands on your blog and they leave almost immediately, it is a clear signal to all of the powers that be, Google, Bing, DuckDuckGo, that something isn't working for that human, for that reader. Your site is, maybe it's slow, it's cluttered, it didn't get to the point, it's hard to read. Insert issue here.
Right. So something else to look for is that low engagement, which we talked about a minute ago. But what does it mean outside of just the number that's in G4? Okay. If people aren't clicking around and digging deeper into your site and reading other content, or they're not leaving comments, or there's no proof, there's no footprint that they've been there, right? Then it's possible that your layout or your navigation is confusing. It's hard to navigate. It's hard to understand. And they're not going to get what they need while they're there. And so they're going to go find it somewhere else. And they're out of here. They're not engaged.
Okay? And here's a sneaky one that surely at this point in your blogging career, in this day and age, you are not overlooking. It's very important, this little tricky one. If you're not mobile friendly. Over half of web traffic these days comes from a mobile device. People can even look on your watch like crazy. If your site is not optimized for a smaller screen, you're frustrating a huge chunk of your audience.
That's right. So the good news is improving your UX or your user experience doesn't have to be overwhelming, and it will pay off. So it's worth it. Kelli, let's break this down for them and tell them how they can do it.
Yeah. So we talked about why UX matters for your blog. Let's talk about why UX matters so much for your blog success. First of all, it directly impacts how long people stay on your site and how many pages they visit.
So it's going to sound like we're just kind of saying the same thing again, but when people stay longer and they engage more on your site with your content, it's not just you that's noticing this in your G4 data or in your Plausible data. Google is paying attention to that, right? They want to know that the end user that they sent to your site got what they were looking for, but they also want to know that when the end user came to your site from other places, because they can see that, they know about the email traffic and the Pinterest traffic and the Facebook traffic. They want to make sure that they're having a good experience as well. So those signals tell the search engines, not just Google, but Bing and all the others, that your site is providing value. And that is going to encourage them. That builds a good positive relationship with them, which is going to boost you up in the rankings and build a more solid relationship with the search engines. Okay.
Another big growth reason, conversions. Whether your goal is to grow your email list, sell a product, get an affiliate click, whatever it is, a smooth UX or user experience makes it easier for your audience to take action, but also makes them want to take action because they trust you, right?
Yep.
Because like no trust.
Right. So all of that is true. But here's the cherry on top. When you prioritize user experience or UX, you build trust. Kelli just said that. Your readers like you. You care about their experience. They see that you care about their experience, and that keeps them coming back for more. Okay. So it feeds right into that like no trust that she was talking about.
Yeah, it's so true, guys. A blog is not just about writing content. I feel like I say this all the time. They can find content in the search results now, right? AI generated. They can find content everywhere.
ChatGPT.
A blog is about creating space. It's creating a space where your audience feels seen. It's creating a space where they feel valued, where they feel inspired to stick around. They feel like this person gets it. They understand my struggles.
That's right.
So what's their aha moment?
We've promised that. Here it is. Are you ready for it?
I am. The key to a winning user experience is not about adding flashy features, spending a fortune on design. It's about, write it down, clarity, simplicity, and user first thinking. That is terminology that I feel like we've used a lot recently in Six Figure. User first. They don't care about you, they care about themselves. User first thinking.
Yep. How do I make this about the reader? Okay. That's something that we do say a lot. So when you focus on making your readers' lives easier, we've been talking about this for years. Solve a problem for them. Solve a problem for them. So when you focus on making your readers' life easier, everything else is going to fall into place, from engagement to SEO to conversions to the comments and conversation and community. All of it, the dominoes are just going to start falling. Okay.
And the best part is UX doesn't just improve your blog stats. I want to reiterate, it actually strengthens your connection with your audience. In church Sunday, I learned that their word was connection, because that is so important. It's not just important in our blogs, it is important in our lives, right? And when we feel that connection, we want to keep going back, whether that's to a blog or to an email or to a church, right? When your site is easy to use, your readers can focus on what really matters. Your amazing content, but they also feel connected. They feel that connection, and people want to do things to build more of that.
Right. So we've said for years, you're writing for a bot and you're writing for a human. How do you marry those together? And honestly, UX isn't just a technical thing. It's a human thing. And when you get it right, it's like rolling out the red carpet for every single visitor, and the bots see it and the end user feels it, and it all comes together. Okay. It's really important.
So how can you start improving your blog's UX? How can you? Number one, this is big, this is important, you've got to pay attention to this, you've got to double down on this. Speed it up. Use tools like Google Page Speed Insights or GT Metrics and check your site's load time. Really pay attention to those numbers. Google it. If you don't understand what it's telling you, come see Kelli and Crystal and our tech gurus, and we can help you understand, so that you can fix things. You can check your site's load time, and you can optimize whatever is necessary to make things faster.
Yep. Tip number 2, declutter your page. Purge. Okay. A clean, simple layout helps your readers focus on the content without distractions. So say goodbye to the pop-ups, the banners, the flashy ads that overwhelm them. Maybe your ad density is too high. Maybe your sidebars are way too bombarded with stuff. All of those things, look at it and see how even your blog posts themselves are cluttered and a layout that is overwhelming your end user and making them leave and discouraging them from being engaged. Tip number 3.
Make navigation easy. I have to be able to get where they're going, guys. There was this whole period of time where people got rid of breadcrumbs. What? Clear menus, obvious links, breadcrumbs. Make it where visitors can find their way around. So basically, you're giving them like a clickable map to follow. It's super important for people to get to where they want to go. Like, why are people deleting tags? Tags are a way for people to get to where they want to go. Make it easy.
Yep. Tip number 4, use responsive design. Make sure that your site looks amazing and works perfectly on mobile, on tablet, and on desktop. Here's what I want you to think about. You would be surprised how many blogs we look at and how often people are like, this is going on and I'm having these issues and I just don't understand why. And we get to their blog and it literally looks like they've not updated anything design-wise or layout-wise since 2014. That might as well be a million years ago. Okay. They're posting text areas too small. Think about your people that are reading your content. It has to be easy to read on this device because the majority of them are using their phone to consume your content, and they're in a hurry and it's not mobile responsive and things are loading weird. And I don't know where to put my email to get this printable that I need right now. Like, we have to make it responsive and good for the end user that's trying to consume the content. Okay. Tip number 5.
And tip number 5, listen to your readers. Ask for feedback. Ask. You
Mhm.
can't get answers if you don't ask the question. But also really pay attention to what they're clicking on in your analytics. Where do they go next? Where do they leave? What is the last page they look at before they leave your site? What are they getting stuck on, right?
Mhm. Yep. And remember, UX isn't about what you think looks good. Okay. It's
Yes.
about making your blog functionable, enjoyable, accessible for the end user who's going to consume the content, which is your audience. Okay. All right, friends, we want to hear from you. What's one thing that you'll do to improve your blog's UX after watching today's video? Which of these things resonated most with you? You're like, that's the thing. I've got to get that done. My site, here it is in 2025, is not mobile responsive. I must address that. What is it? Is it that for you? Drop a comment below and share your plans. We want to know.
And of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss out on more tips for growing your blog.
That's right. Thank you guys so much for spending time with us today. UX might sound like it's a little thing, or it might sound like what is it? I don't understand why it would be important, but it makes a huge difference. You need to embrace that. Keep creating amazing experiences for your readers. That's really what it all boils down to. And we'll see you in the next video. All right, guys. Bye.